Good morning, everyone. My name is Carla, and you have reached my FlossTube channel, KarlaBeingCrafty, where I talk about mostly cross stitch, but also other crafts that I enjoy, and a little bit of life thrown in. And this is Bagheera, for those of you who are new and have not met him before. So today is Sunday, it's February 6th, and this is my FlossTube number 128. It is a bright and sunny day here in Southern California. I feel kind of guilty saying that because I know so much of the country has been inundated with the snow and the ice lately. I'm not bragging, I'm just telling it like it is. We've had weather, I mean, it is cooler here than, you know, typical weather. It has gotten down into like the 40s, 50s at night, and then during the day it's we've had a couple days where it got up into like the high 70s, but it's mostly stayed in the high 60s, low 70s. So it's been pretty mild weather. We still need rain here. We're still living with the drought. So although the nice weather is nice, actually I would like rain. I think it'd be better for everybody, and I like rainy days. So anyway, so yeah, last week, it was a weird week for me, emotionally. I gotta tell you guys that, just starting out. When I talked to you last week, last Saturday, so a week before yesterday, was the first anniversary of my mom's passing. And as I told you guys on Sunday, you know, I was kind of low key. It wasn't that bad. I was just kind of mellow all day. Well, what I had not said was then Tuesday, this past Tuesday, the 2nd of February, Groundhog's Day here in the States, was actually the anniversary of my dad's passing. Yeah, so my mom actually passed away 4 days before the anniversary of my dad's death. Now he passed away in 1976, so it's been 40 something years, 46 years, yeah, 46 years, since he passed. And, you know, so that's been a, you know, kind of a fixture thing in my life, for most of my life. And I really didn't expect to have any emotions or weird emotions or whatever on the 2nd. However, for whatever reason that day, the feels, the sads hit me a lot harder than they did on Saturday. So I was missing both my mom and dad on Tuesday, on top of which it was like a crazy busy work week, and not the good kind of busy. You know, the good kind of busy for me is just nice steady work, and you look up and it's almost time to go home, and that's great. This was like piling on kind of busy, where every time I turned around, my boss was asking me something else or giving me something else to do, or a client was calling. I mean, it was piling on. I was having a sad day. It was a hard week, and I was coming home every day like exhausted, both like physically, like actual tiredness, but just I think emotionally drained. So it was a hard week for me, and it's kind of weird because in one way, like creativity wise, that made it difficult. Like I feel like I didn't do as much stitching as I normally do, which is weird because I'm looking here and I have like a bunch of projects that I worked on. So I guess I really did stitch as much as I normally do, but it was hard for me to get started every day. Like once I picked up my stitching and put the needle in, then I was off and running and didn't want to stop like I normally do. But picking up the projects was harder for me this week. And then on, I guess, more of a positive note, I really fell down a junk journal rabbit hole. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes. But I got really interested in it. I watched ton of YouTube videos on it, which is dangerous. Fortunately, I don't know. Fortunately or unfortunately, I spent a bit of money and bought some supplies, which almost seems like an oxymoron because junk journaling is all about using found objects, which that happened as well. But Anyway, so yes, I fell down that rabbit hole, and it was just a weird emotional week for me. Busy wise at work, I have a feeling that's not going to let up. My boss has been doing a lot of reviews with clients, which is, you know, this time of year, that's what you're supposed to do. But it's just sometimes he doesn't realize, you know, it's like if he needs to do something, he like goes into a closed room and, you know, hold all his calls and whatever. And, you know, when I am overloaded, he just piles more on and doesn't seem to get the fact that sometimes he needs to back off. That's how it is, right? Anyway, so I got through the week. Actually doing the stuff that brings the joy into my life, and with some new things brewing, which we'll get into again a little bit more later. But yeah, that's what my week was like. As a reminder, if I keep saying, we'll go back to it, but because I don't want to forget. Next Sunday, which will be Galentines Day the 13th, is a Stitchy Zoom meetup. So I just want to remind you guys, if you're interested in joining at 2 o'clock on Sunday, 2 o'clock Pacific time, please message me on Instagram, and I will send you the meeting ID and the code so that you can get in and join for the Stitchy Zoom. And I'm going to be stitching on my Tulips and Fans, my counted canvas, because I did discover that doing counted canvas is perfect for me on the Zooms. I need to save a counted canvas piece, or always have a counted canvas piece to work on during the Zooms, because I can see it really well without changing glasses, and it's just a lot easier than actually stitching on cloth that I need to switch out glasses. So anyway, so that will be coming up. I'm also doing 2 hashtags on Instagram right now. I am terrible about posting pictures on Instagram. Please be aware of that. However, the hashtags are there, and so if you guys want to participate and join in and post your own hashtag, you know, or post to that hashtag, that would be great, and I would love to see your stuff. So I'm doing the hashtag Be My Own Valentine Sal. Anything with a B on it to promote self-love and self-awareness and all that kind of stuff. And then also the hashtag Twisted Sal, which is for anyone who is putting in a few stitches on either the Twisted Band Sampler or the Twisted Rainbow Sampler by Northern Expressions, because it's something new and challenging for me, and so I want to share that new and challenging adventure with you guys. Okay, so as I said, I fell down a junk journal rabbit hole this week. I told you I was watching several different people who are starting to use sort of that junk journal idea for doing mounting smalls or whatever, and I kind of like that idea. So my first thing that I decided to do is I was going to order a junk journal that I can use. And I did get this really cute thing in the mail from Etsy. However, I didn't realize I obviously was not very smart when I ordered it. I was looking at price, I didn't look at size, and it came in, it's kind of small. And it's probably too small to use for stitching stuff. But what it has become is sort of an inspiration for me to do my own thing, and just I got ideas from this, and it's precious. I'm not a big like writing journal person, so I don't know exactly how I'm going to use it, or if I'm going to use it, or if I'm just going to use it as inspiration and just look at things in it, you know. It's cool. It has a music page in it from Oklahoma, which I think was kind of cool that it's a theater thing, and a doggy picture, and just, you know, the distressed pages. It has tags and all these little, this card is really, really pretty. Kind of reminds me of my mom, because anything roses now reminds me of my mom. But yeah, so in part, this has become kind of an inspiration journal. Got a fold out for things that I want to do. Here's another flower card. This one is also really pretty. So again, I fell down this rabbit hole. I started watching videos on how to make junk journals. Because that's the thing is I'm really enamored of what they are and how they look. I'm not a big journaler, but my desire is to make these things, to make these books. And it's really funny because once I started watching these videos and all these different ideas started brewing in my head, then I started like not wanting to throw anything out. Like all these little bits of paper and little things that I'm like, ooh, that's something that could go in a journal. That's something you could decorate. That's, you know, so that kind of started brewing in my head. And as I said, I watched a bunch of videos over the course of the week with several different techniques for binding and different things you can use as the covers. And I do have several ideas of things I want to start. I also have a bunch of ideas for a couple journals I'd like to make for some of my really good friends who I know do like jot things down and like to write poetry. And so it's something that I kind of want to do for gifts. I mean, it's not going to take away from stitching, but it's something I'd like to do and enhance my stitching. In addition, I still do want to make one that's big enough that I can actually put some cross stitch in it, some smaller pieces. And so I think that's one of the things that's going to be more for myself. What I want is ones that I can put cross stitch in. I don't know. I'm just excited about the whole process of doing it. So I'm sure I'll show you when I do things. But yeah, so I don't know if this is going to stick with me the way stitching has. Obviously, I haven't even started and done anything yet. I've just sort of ordered a bunch of things, and I got a bunch of stuff yesterday. I've got some more stuff coming today, and I do have an idea of something that I kind of want to start on today. So I'm excited about that. I've got a lot of like the creative juices flowing, which is a good thing. I don't know. I'm kind of excited about it. And like I said, it may not stick, you know, the resin stuff didn't really stick, and doing the felting didn't totally stick. I mean, I did it and I can do it again and I have the supplies, but this, I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if it sticks or if I just wasted a bunch of money on paper goods. And, but I think that I can incorporate it with my stitching as well. So yeah. Okay, so that was kind of where my headspace was at this week. And I don't think I'm going to show you all the haul of all the stuff I got for junk journaling because, A, it's a little embarrassing that I went a little bit overboard. And B, I don't know that you guys would be interested in seeing all the little bits and bobs of stuff that I got. But I will show you as I actually create things. I will definitely show you that. Okay. So stitching, what we're here for is the stitching. I had 2 new starts this week. So as I said, I feel like I didn't do a lot yet. I started 2 new things and worked on, 4 other things. So I guess I actually did do some crafting this week, do some creating. So I had 2 new starts, and one was sort of planned, and you guys knew about it, and one was a complete impulse start. So the planned one was my #BeMyOwnValentine's Sal project. I decided to start, I have 2 projects in here I've showed you, and I wasn't sure which one I was going to do. I had a choice between these 2, and I decided to start with this one. And the other one, I don't know if I'll do it this month, if I'll hold it till next year. I don't know. I haven't gone that far. I just want to work on this one for now. So this is a Country Cottage Needleworks called Be Virtues. And as you can see in the pattern, it says be loyal, be friendly, be kind, with this cute little beehive and bees and leaves and flowers and stuff. The be loyal, be friendly, be kind sparked in me my tag that I say at the end of every single video, which is be content, be kind, and be crafty. So of course I had to rechart it and make it say my tag instead. So that was what I started on this week. And it looks weird in the viewfinder because it's backwards. But anyway, that's how far I've gotten. So the Be Kind was already in the chart, and most of the other letters to C I had to chart. I mean, it wasn't that hard to chart, you know. I just kind of used the font that they had, and I think it came out looking pretty good. So now I have to figure out, like, I have to use a different reference point to get over to the B-scape because, you know, this fits within the same space as the words that were on that chart, but you know, it's off a little bit as far as counting, so I have to use another reference point to get up to where the B-scape starts. And this, of course, is going to be, I think, pretty easy to finish this month. It has baggy hairs all over it. I think when I was stitching on this, I stitched pretty much kind of lying down, and I propped my hoop kind of on my chest. Works really well for me. And sometimes Baggy is sitting by me, sometimes he's off doing his own thing. I think when I was working on this, he wanted to be like right on me, and he was kind of butting up against my hoop because the back has got baggy hair all over it. So anyway, I don't think it's gonna be any problem finishing that this month. And I think that this is gonna be the first thing when I make a journal that is going to be kind of like a stitchy journal. I think that's gonna be the first thing that goes in it. Okay, then my impulse start is not that bag. It is this bag. Was a kit that was sitting. I hadn't put it away yet. I got it recently, and the reason kind of I decided to start it was because I saw it on sale at 123 Stitch, and I almost bought it twice. I was gonna get it again, and I'm like, did I just get that? And when I got home, I saw it, and I'm like, I did. I just got it. This is my floral month, right? That's my theme this month, and I'm like, you know, I like this. It's all flowers, and it is a cat that totally reminds me of Baggy. I should just go ahead and start it. So this is the chart. It's a Design Works. It's called, well, on the outside it says Bouquet with Cat, but on the inside, where it has the artist information and stuff, it says Blue Bouquet with Cat. And the artist is Nene Thomas, which I'm working on another one of her pieces of art in a Dimensions kit, the Wind Moon Fairy. But this is Blue Bouquet with Cat. Now, as I said, this was a kit, so obviously it came with all the flosses and everything, which is great. It came with this fabric that, I'm sorry, but okay. So the picture, it's got a nice, like, light, fine looking fabric that it's stitched on. And then it came with this super stiff, oatmeal-y, fiddler's clothy Aida. But look how stiff this is. Look at, like, you could cut yourself on it. It's so stiff. That's not to say I wouldn't work on this for something. I mean, I could. But I just, and it feels like burlappy. It feels really rough and like hairy. I just didn't think that this even looked like, this looks really like fine and pretty, and this looks very like rustic. And I mean, even if it was like this light cream, I might change it out just because I'm not a big, I don't like stitching on white and cream that much. But this was kind of yuck. Like, I don't want this at all for this project. So I went in my stash, and I showed you a couple weeks ago those fabrics from PolStitches that I got from eBay, and there was one that was an unnamed fabric, and I thought that the colors would go really well with the blues and everything, and the blues and greens of the pattern. So this is what I'm stitching on. And I think it's gonna look really pretty, because as I said, the primary colors in this are the blues and, you know, black cat greens and stuff like that. There is a little bit of pink in these flowers, but the pink colors that are more matching of the fabric are inside the flowers, not on the outside of the flowers. So I think it's gonna look really good. So this was my start. And it's got more of the yellow kind of like at the top, and then it goes more into pink down at the bottom. So I thought that went really well with the theme this month, and you know, I just felt like starting something else. And I don't want that fabric. I have to look through my stash, and there's a chart Stacey wants to start. She already has the chart, but she needs to make a few changes to the skin color, and she needs a fabric. So I told her I would look through my stuff and see if there's anything that I have that I think would work for her. Okay, so those are the two new starts, and then I posted this on Instagram, so you may have seen it there. I finished all the stitching on Eva Crest the Moon. I haven't done the beading yet. Oh, which reminds me, I did not post a video this past Wednesday. I was gonna try and do a beading video, finish Eva and do it online and stuff. And I didn't get to it. I didn't do it. And then I was like, I'm gonna do this yesterday. I was gonna do it, and I didn't film anything yesterday either. So there may not be a video this Wednesday coming up. So I know I've been trying to do a video, like an extra video on Wednesdays in addition to my regular FlossTube on Sunday. And I'm gonna give myself a little bit of slack on that, and when I can, I will. My Sunday videos are never gonna end, but the Wednesdays will happen maybe more sporadically. When I can, I'll post one every Wednesday. And when there's times like this past couple of weeks where I just didn't have the energy to do that extra video, I won't. So, and I got home late on Wednesday also. So, actually, I guess it was Wednesday was the 2nd, not Tuesday. So that was my bad day. And I stayed at work later than I normally did because I was so busy and everything. And so like when I didn't do a video last Saturday to post on Wednesday, I thought, oh, well, I'll get home early and I'll, you know, do something in the afternoon. That just didn't happen. Anyway, so the stitching on Eva's finished, and now she just needs her beading, and she doesn't have that much, so I should be able to get her done fairly quickly when I get right down to it. So she needs beading in the broom. You can see those lines there. And then she just has some swirly, these swirly things are all beads. So that's all that needs to be, that is left to be done with her. When I get to doing it, I will try and film it and post. But I just think she looks great. I really do. Of course, on this gorgeous fabric. And then I have to figure out what I'm going to do as far as framing her. I have actually a big sort of 11 by 14 postery, cheap poster frame here, but I think that it might work really well for her. So I don't know if that's going to happen this week, but we'll see. Okay. Then I worked on, this is my Realist Kit, Sweet William. Now this is also in this sort of rusticy It's probably the same fabric as this, although it is a lot softer since I was been working on it. It works for this one for me, not for the other one. That's how far I've gotten. And let's see, I worked in here. These leaves are new. And then I just kind of moved up and over here, and I'm just kind of moving my way up. I should get the needle minder out of the way. Oh, let's see. When I move that needle minder, I knock the needle off. There. Yeah. Got it. Okay. I just love the colors in this. I love how rich it is. It's interesting to stitch with a different kind of floss because this is an acrylic wool floss, and which is pretty typical for realists, and it's kind of cool. The other kit, it came with floss, obviously because it was a kit. I don't think it's DMC, and it even says that it's got DMC numbers, but it even says that those are just equivalent numbers. It's not necessarily that it is DMC. Okay, this is the Autumn Equinox Pixie, one of my Bella Filipinas. So pretty. And I actually, when I picked her, I really she's a little bit smaller than the typical, and I like that because it's easier to see an end, a finish to the project. Okay, and I basically worked in her skirt this week. Pulled what are those leaves called that are around the end, the bottom of the flower like that, and that are on her skirt. Anyway, I pulled those over in this whole yellow section, and then I moved up in here a little bit in her wing. Very pretty. And this is on Hamddyed by Rolanda fabric, which I just ordered some. You guys, I had an Etsy gift card, and yeah, I gave in and I bought some Hamddyed by Rolanda fabric, which is on its way. And I didn't get all opals, surprisingly enough. So yeah, I ordered some Hamddyed by Rolanda fabric, and I ordered some Are You Feeling Lucky's Under the Sea fabrics. So if they all come in this coming week, then you'll get to see them next week. Did I need more fabric? Of course not. Why did I get it? Because, you know, I was impulsy that way this week. Okay, and then the last project I worked on is my Always My Mother. This is my tribute piece to my mom, with complete changes in color. I am doing the rose purple with a much darker green stems and everything, and then I'm changing the words, so it's going to say Always My Mother, Forever in My Heart. I pretty much actually finished this rose, so I have to move on to the buds and the stems, but I decided I want to, you know, start on the words and see what they were going to look like. So I got the Always. This is, and I say this every time, this is the weirdest pattern. When I'm looking at it on screen here, it looks fantastic, and I guess it's one of these things that you have to see it a little bit further away, because when I'm looking at it up close, it's like what is that? It's a bunch of purple blob. But, you know, from far away and on camera and stuff, it looks like a rose. It's gorgeous, but it's just, it's a weird pattern. But I think it looks really pretty. And I like thinking about my mom when I'm working on it, so. Okay, so that was all the stitching for this week. Not bad. Like, as I said, I felt like I didn't do hardly anything, but I did. So, I don't know. I don't know where those feelings come from. Okay, haul. I'm not going to show you, as I said, all of the junk journaling haul. However, I have other haul to show you. Yeah, my credit cards were getting hot this week. Okay, so I ordered, I talked about this before, for my Lavender Roses. Excuse to show it to you guys again. I have this idea of trying to mat it myself. I've framed stuff myself before, so that's not a big deal. I got a set. It was actually cheaper to get a set of 4. So I got a set of 4. They're sort of just distressed white frames. If the distressing looks too distressed, then I can just paint them. But, you know, no big deal. So that's the frame that I'm planning on. But because this is an odd size, you can't use, you know, a regular mat. So I thought, you know, I could try and possibly cut my own mat. I didn't get a very, well, okay, so I got mats. I got a set of mats. So these are mat boards. They're white on one side, and then there's colors. So. Hope you guys can see this. Can't really hold it up any higher and do this pushing. So this is the one that I think I'm going to use because I think it will look good. I could use a green as well. But no, I think the purple. I think the purple's gonna look the best. No, this is totally wrong. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go for the purple. I'm probably gonna like pull out another one to practice on before I use the purple, since there's only one purple and I don't want to ruin it. And then I got this mat cutter and some extra blades. So I haven't even opened it yet. I'm just not ready to try it. It's like, I do this kind of thing. It's like I get an idea of something I want to try, and then I get the stuff, and then I sit on it for a while until I'm ready. I did that with the whole FlossTube thing. I had my tripod and everything for like 3 months before I decided to actually do it. But I got this cutter. This was not super expensive. This was in the $20 range. It could be, you get what you pay for and it'll be crap, but it got pretty good reviews, and for what I need it to do, I think I can. So you basically, you do it on the back side, you cut whatever size you want, and then this cuts an angled, a beveled cut, and you know, it's got a white core, so you get that white edge. And yeah, so that was one thing that I got. So the whole mat board and mat cutter and blades, extra blades. Okay, then, oh, and I got a metal cork backed ruler. Thank you, whoever shouted that and got it into my brain. Ruler. to, you know, hold it down. And okay. And then, oh, I told you guys about this. This was a back order from last time, but I did get it. I think this is going to be the lion that I stitched in August. So this is a Tiny Modernist biscornu, which I've never done a biscornu. So I thought it would be fun to do one. And since I always do a lion pattern in August, I do my black cat birthday sal, and then I also do a lion. And so I had to find a lion, and I thought this one was cute. So it'll be something new to try in August. A few months to go before August. I put in an order for some basic supplies that because I'm doing more charts, I needed more of these floss cards, and then I also needed some more of these ringy things, the smaller ones, because I hook my floss cards together, and I only have the longer ones, and the smaller ones make it less floppy. So those are just normal supplies. And then I got an order from 123 Stitch. Oh, flosses. I got flosses for Florentina. These are the silks for Florentina. And I think these are the colors. I think these are the colors I needed for Florentina. I'm not sure. And then I also decided to go ahead and get the flosses for Bianca Bella as well. And for these, I just did the 123 Stitch, the buy all thing. So I may have colors in here that I don't need, but it's fine. And then, because Florentina and Bianca Bella don't have any sparkle in them, they have beads, but Florentina has actually few beads. I got these two treasure braids to add into the skirt, or the dress. I don't know if I'm gonna substitute a color. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna use one of these or both of these or whatever for the cherries, so that I add a little bit of sparkle to that. And then Bianca Bella didn't have any treasure braid or Kreinik either, so I got a couple blues to figure out where I could add those in. Although Bianca Bella has a lot of beads. Lots of beads. Florentina doesn't. She's very, she has a lot of silk. That's what Florentina has. So, Florentina I'm going to start in May. For my cat Mania, because she's got a cat on her. Bianca Bella, I don't know when I'm going to start her, but I have the stuff to start her now. Oh, and then because I was getting flosses and stuff, and because I just did Eva and enjoyed doing her so much, I got a couple more of the Bewitching Pixies. I don't even know how many there are, 8 or 9 or something. I don't love all of them, but I did like these two. So I thought that they would go really well with Eva at some point. Although I have to find some kind of like cool fabric to put them on like Eva's. And I was looking through Fabric Flair to see if I could find some kind of printed fabric kind of in the same vein, and I didn't find anything yet that sparks anything. But I got this one. I got the two with cats. This is Gigi, and this is Anna. So okay, so that is that. For haul. And then plants. Wow. I mean, stitching. So I have several projects to be stitching on. I have framing to do, finishing. Several projects to finish. trying to figure out how to make a mat board, or not make a mat board, but make a mat, cut a mat. So I have that to work on. And then I have all of these new paper supplies to start working on, maybe making a journal. So yeah, I got my work cut out for me for the next several weeks, actually. We'll see how productive I get. No promises, because you know, I kind of go with the flow with that and just do what feels right. I am going to be going over to Erin and Stacy's next weekend. Everybody has tested negative now for COVID. Thank you, God, for keeping everybody safe and getting everybody through it and back to health. So I think there's a little bit residual tiredness, but that's pretty typical, I think. But everybody is now feeling healthy again. Next Friday is Erin and Stacy's anniversary, so I'm going to be going over there after work and doing auntie duty so that they can go out to dinner and have a little bit of time alone, which I'm sure they desperately need after having a house full of sick. So, yeah, so they're going to get to go out and have a couple hours to themselves, which they do not get very often. And then I'm going to spend Friday night and Saturday night there hanging out, doing fun stuff, stitching, watching a movie probably, because we usually do that. And yeah, so I'm really looking forward to seeing them. I haven't seen them since New Year's. Is that right? I think the last time I saw him was New Year's. Yeah, so it's gonna be like 6 weeks or something. I don't know, is that right? I don't know. I mean, I was supposed to be with them last weekend, and of course that didn't happen because of COVID. So anyway, and I missed Logan's birthday, but you know, it's better for everybody to be safe health-wise. But I am looking forward to going over there and spending some time with them, because it's been a long time now, it feels like. And yeah, so I don't know. I usually do like extra crafting stuff on Saturday, and I won't be able to do that next week, which is fine. And I didn't do it yesterday. I did some chores around here, which was great yesterday. I'm actually feeling like I accomplished a little bit yesterday. Of course, I went to bed way too late. I was watching I want to say miniseries, but it's not. It's just a regular series on Netflix, and it came out with a new season, and so I had to go back and watch the first season, and then I just binge watched the entire second season. But I didn't go to bed until like 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I got up to do my video at 7:30 today, so I'm tired. That means that there's going to be a Sunday nap in my future, and some crafting in the afternoon. And I think that is how ambitious I feel about being today. That's going to be it. So anyway, I think that I'm getting a little rambly now. So that means it's time to sign off. Don't forget to please contact me if you would like the codes to get on to the Zoom meetup with me next week for Galentines. And until I see you guys again, please remember to be content, be kind, and be crafty. Bye-bye.